We'll solve this the way we've already learned to solve. First step, factor the denominators. 5 over 2 times x minus 1 equals 15 over x plus 1 times x minus 1. Okay, find the LCD. LCD is, say we got a 2, we got an x minus 1, we got an x plus 1. So what do I do with that LCD? Multiply both sides, right? 2 times x minus 1 times x plus 1 times 2 times x minus 1 times x plus 1. Then what? Cancel denominators, right? 2 cancels a 2, x minus 1 cancels x minus 1. X plus 1 and x minus 1 both cancel. So what is left? 5 times x plus 1 equals 30. 15 times 2. Solve for x. Right. I'm just going to divide both sides by 5. X plus 1 equals 6. So x equals 5. Now, if you chose to distribute to 5, that's fine. You'll get the same answer. But you could have, since this is a factor, you could have just divided both sides by 5 to get what I did up there. Okay, x equals 5. Now, that's a good answer. However, here's the option that you've got on a problem like this. And you can only do this if it's one fraction equals another, a proportion, right? And this is cross multiplication. Right? When one fraction equals another, that's when you cross multiply. And don't factor anything first, just cross multiply. So watch, if I do that, cross multiply 5 times x squared minus 1 equals 15 times 2x minus 2. So in that one step now, I don't have a rational equation anymore, right? I was able to get rid of the denominators by cross multiplying. Now, what kind of equation do we have? It's actually a quadratic. Before we had linear, now we've got quadratic. How many answers do we expect to get from a quadratic? 2, right? We only got 1 before, so let's see how it works out. 5x squared minus 5 equals 30x minus 30. Quadratic, we need to get everything on one side, 0 on the other. So that'll be 5x squared minus 30x. And then if I subtract or add 30 to both sides, I'll get plus 25 equals 0. And because everything is factorable by 5, I'm going to divide by 5. Right? So this is not one of those not simple quadratics. Since they're all divisible by 5, let's divide everything by 5. I can do that because it's an equation, and I'll just do it to both sides. That makes it okay. And now I've got x squared minus 6x plus 5 equals 0. And that's a fairly easy factor, right? Say again? How does that factor? X minus 5 times x minus 1. Right? X minus 5 times x minus 1. Okay, which is not the answer, right? The answer is, what are the values of x? What are the zeros of those two factors? 5 and 1, right? X equals 5 and 1. Well, when we solved it the first time, we only got 5. We didn't get 1, right? This is where you've got to check your answer. If you're going to solve by doing cross multiplication, check your answer. What would have happened if we plugged that 1 back in to this? You're dividing by 0, right? You have to check your answer and make sure it doesn't lead to a divide by 0. And on both sides, 2 times 1 minus 2 or 1 squared minus 1, you would have been dividing by 0. So when you check, you say that 1 is extraneous. And that's the only right answer, which is what we've got before.